Trustees, Tuesday, September the 19th, 2023. We will follow up on the Pledge of Allegiance by Travis Elementary students, American flag by Sebastian Gonzalez, and Texas flag by Isabella Flores. Please rise. Invocation by Mr. Garcia.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Could we please bow our heads? Lord, thank you for allowing us the opportunity to gather here to do the work of our district. Please guide us in our decision-making here tonight. Let what we do here today forever benefit our students, staff, and community. In your precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Travis Elementary students. Thank you, Sebastian Gonzalez, Isabella Flores, and of course, Mr. Garcia. Moving on to the open forum public comment. Ms. Marta? Okay, let's move on to action agenda. A, business office, discussion and possible action to re-advertise the RFPs for supplementary security guard services. Ms. Travis, please.
The administration is here to inform and also take your recommendation as no submittals.
Okay, we have a recommendation for admin, but may I suggest maybe a motion to instruct the administration to continue the advertisement?
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion from Ms. Delgado. A second, please.
Second.
Second by Ms. Vallejo. Any discussion, colleagues?
Currently, ma'am, well, let me go back. This was for the after-school
Supplemental services?
Right.
Yes.
For all our extracurricular activities,
Extracurricular.
the tutoring, to the ACE,
Yes, sir.
et cetera. Okay. So there's a motion to re-advertise. In the meantime, how are we adjusting to make sure we got?
We're currently working with the approved vendor that the board approved right at the beginning of the school year and working with them. I suspect that it may be difficult simply because we're asking them to share those services after the district awarded a contract for the services. And at this time, we haven't had anyone submitting to the RFP process.
Okay. I mean, I'm not sure what'll happen if we re-advertise again. Could it be that we've got some submissions? My opinion is that it's very difficult for any security company to be able to offer these services just for extracurricular activities. So I would like for us to just to continue with the current, how we're doing right now. But that's just for us to consider, a later point, especially if we pass this motion and once again, we don't get any submissions.
That's a fair point, Mr. Ruiz. I think for the record, though, for the full transparency is that for the public will know that, hey, we're trying to look for the best price. Of course, not jeopardizing any of the security of the students, of the staff. And I wholeheartedly agree with Ms. Chavez. I mean, the business still continues, except as a taxpayer, we also have to look out for, well, we got to look for the nickel and dime.
Correct.
And this,
So,
exactly, this will alleviate overtime
Bingo.
with the current company.
Correct. But that's just a discussion we have. Any more discussion on the topic, colleagues?
I agree with both sides. I agree with both. We want to be able to offer the best services, and stay under. We're at a point to where we need to watch. But the security in all areas, during schools and during our extracurricular events, I'm not sure if we can reach out to, I know we posted, I know we've done it, about 2 times? This is the second time. And don't know if they feel that maybe the idea that it's not that many hours, that it's not that, to where they can give up some of their staff for just those events. But if we offer them a calendar, if we have a calendar, which we should, a calendar of events, correct? To let them know more or less, these are the hours, and it's just not going to be here and there. This is a calendar of events that are scheduled throughout the year. And perhaps that would maybe be a selling point, maybe not a selling point, but that it would interest them. Because I feel like that they might think that it's not that many hours to send individuals out.
We can definitely look at that option. What we know is with the current contract and even in this past year, from my experience, the contract that you had did not go into overtime rates. The vendor was incurring those rates, and it stayed on regular rates throughout the day in extracurricular activities as well. The same applies to the current contract. The only difference is that daytime activities go to a certain hourly rate, and that increases to a set rate for the extracurricular tutoring activity. You have a daily rate of, I believe, $13.50, and then the extracurricular activity after-school tutoring goes to a $15 hourly rate.
Is that new in the contract? Is that a,
Yes, ma'am.
not aware of
This is
that new
the
rate,
last,
the new rate?
contract
Okay,
that was
okay. And in the extracurricular activities, would they be, I'm assuming would this $15 rate apply as well, or is it the regular rate?
Based on the wording is specified for tutoring services.
No, oh, I'm sorry.
That would entail tutoring from the after-school contract to the end of the instructional day for that tutoring, which go up to 6 p.m.
Okay. My question is the extracurricular, the events, when right now that they are servicing, because that is the current company that we have, security company we have now, extracurricular, are they at the regular rate or they're at the 15-plus rate?
I will clarify. My understanding is that it's under regular security guard rate.
Okay. Hmm,
Okay.
interesting. Okay. We can,
Okay, so any more questions, any more discussion, colleagues? We have a motion from Ms. Delgado, second by Mrs. Vallejo. So all in favor by saying aye?
aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Okay, the motion passes. Let's go on to action agenda A2, discussion possible action to solicit RFP for a child nutrition registered dietitian, nutritional consultant. Ms. Chavez, please.
The administration recommends the limited contractual fee to be able to provide this service to the school district. This is a very competitive job assignment, and as a school district, we're getting the benefit of those services for a minimal cost.
Okay, we have a recommendation from admin. Colleagues, may I entertain a motion?
A motion.
Okay, a motion from Mr. Martinez, second, please.
Second.
Second from Mr. Rodriguez. Any discussion, colleagues? I guess my fair question would be, what would the trade-off, Ms. Chavez? I know we've already had that discussion already, but just for the sake of transparency, ma'am, there's a difference between your consultant and someone that'd be in-house, correct?
Correct.
So is it basically based on cost analysis on,
Yes.
you want to elaborate a little bit so the public can?
We're currently looking at the cost, and then in working with our existing personnel, the program cost to be able to get certified. And typically, those are programs that are offered during the day, and that is when the individuals are reporting to work every day. I know I worked with CFO to be able to look at those options. Passed the last board directive that they had us look into the option of identifying personnel within the district to be able to go after these certifications. And that those were the implications that we came across.
Fair enough. Any discussion? Any more colleagues?
Well, and this is important because this is dealing with those special diets that a lot of the students require and ensuring that we're putting that nutritional value, the specifications, they're all up to spec for the kids. And I see here that it's up to 100 special diet requests.
Yes.
That's the limit. Okay.
So the previous consultant that we had left us up to date. She's the one that worked on the diets for this school year.
This is an ongoing process, and they pretty much laid out the meals for current students, but any changes that we have with regards to recommendations that the parents are bringing in with regards to medical needs now, those are being updated, as well as any other students that have enrolled in the district, that we're being made aware of those changes.
Ms. Chavez, this won't start till February 1st according to the
Yes.
contract of next year, right?
Yes.
Okay. So currently, we have somebody that's doing these special diets.
Yeah.
Okay, any more discussion, colleagues? Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Martinez, a second by Mr. Reyes. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passed unanimously. Let's go to B, governance. B1, discussion and possible action to approve revision by policy EIA, local grading guidelines. Ms. Chavez.
The administration recommends the approval as presented. This is strictly a cosmetic change, going from a 9-week grading period to a 6-week grading period.
Okay, we have a recommendation from admin.
So move.
Motion from Mr. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Garcia. Thank you, gentlemen. Any discussion, colleagues? Okay, if there's no more discussion, we have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion passes. B2, discussion and consideration on the board designating an official voting delegate and alternate to 2023 TASB Delegate Assembly. I guess this is our business, guys. So if you want to go ahead and pitch a name in there, we'd be more than happy to entertain the a motion or a vote. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Garcia.
Among,
Amongst us,
Amongst
Mr.
us, I mean-
Salani, can you help us out with this one? Does it have to be 2, 3, or 1?
Any board member can nominate any other board member.
oh,
Or even, a board member can even nominate themselves. And you get a second, and you vote on it like any other item.
I'll nominate Mr. Marcos Garcia.
I'll second that. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Thank you for stepping up to the plate.
That was fast. I was about to nominate Oscar. That was fast.
Is there any more discussion? Okay, so we have,
an alternate.
we have an alternate?
Oh,
We did
Mr.
alternate,
Oscar
that's right.
Hernandez.
I second.
Can you write it down here, please? So, Mr. We have to go one nomination first, and then we'll do the alternate, correct, Mr.? Mr. Rodriguez and Mr. Hernandez. Okay, so let's, yes, sir. Okay, I need a motion to close the nomination process. Is that about right, Mr. Lenya?
So moved.
Okay, Mr. Garcia, second, please. Mr. Ruiz, any more discussion, colleagues? Okay. Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Garcia, second by Mr. Ruiz. All in favor saying aye to closing the nomination?
Aye.
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 Aye. Unanimously. Okay, so now we go for the elections here. So we have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Hernandez. All in favor by saying aye?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, anyone opposed? Okay, unanimously. Congratulations, Mr. Garcia.
Thank you, sir.
So the alternate for Mr. Rodriguez, Mr. Hernandez, right? We have,
So moved.
for Mr. Garcia, and second by Mr. Rodriguez. Okay, I need a motion. Well, is there any more nomination, colleagues? Any more nominations? So I need a motion to close the nomination.
So moved.
So moved from Ms. Delgado and second by Ms. Vallejo. Okay, so we have a motion from Ms. Delgado, second by Ms. Vallejo. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Unanimous. We have closed the nominations. Now we have the motion from Mr. Garcia, second by Mr. Rodriguez. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. Thank you, Mr. Garcia, for volunteering, sir.
Thank you, sir. Is there like a packet of material that I can pick up to read and prepare for this? I'm kind of gonna. Oh, I'll pick it up over there. Okay. Last minute reading.
Okay, let's move on to the consent agenda. I will start on my far right. Ms. Vallejo. Okay, Ms. Delgado?
No, sir.
Mr. Martinez?
No.
Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes, sir. A6 and A7.
A6 and A7. Mr. Garcia?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, colleagues. I have none, so I need a motion to accept the consent agenda in its all entirety except A6 and A7. I need
So
a
moved,
motion. Garcia, and second by Mr. Rodriguez. Any discussion, colleagues, on this?
On item number 12,
Okay.
the administration is removing number 1, Mecca, and number 5, Ma.
A5 and A12. Do we have to have a motion on that, Mr. Daniel? Do we have to go back and, or can we?
That's a modification of the item. I don't think you need a motion.
Okay. So A5 and A12 is not on the agenda, okay. Okay, is there any more discussion, colleagues, on the consent agenda? Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Garcia, second by Mr. Rodriguez. All in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes. We are on A6, discussion possible action to approve the purchase of Texas Reading Academia through Regional 1 Education Service Center.
Ms. Gracia, Director of Elementary Education.
Good evening, Ms. Chavez, Board President, Board members, MISD staff, and community.
And let me finish, Ms. Chavez.
So on the reading academies, it is part of the requirement for House Bill 3. We have pretty much done the first 3 years. We are starting our 4th year, and the majority of our teachers, K through 3, are certified. The ones that we're putting through tonight are teachers that are new to the district or teachers that did not complete it last year. This does include 2 administrators that are new to the elementary campuses, because that is a requirement that they as well have that. So,
Okay. And because, and the reason I pulled this, Board, Ms. Chavez and Ms. Gracia, is because of the emphasis of reading that I know our district is trying to instill.
focusing on, yes.
And how do we evaluate, how does the district evaluate the effectiveness of these academies? And
So what we've done, we've aligned, it goes actually in alignment with what we're implementing this year. We set up, basically, we want to strengthen the foundation, which is from pre-K through 2nd grade. We started with phonics, our phonics levels. We're going back to that. We are implementing that during the regular schedule of our reading block. And then we have set intervention that is not, that is set, it's a separate curriculum, I guess I should say, for them. And we are focusing on progress monitoring that. Ms. Guerra did help us set up something for the teachers, as well that it will pull reports for the campus principal and as well as for Ms. Chavez. We're looking at phonics, phonemic awareness, their fluency rates. So basically, it's all the reading components from the science of reading, which is what the Reading Academy's focuses on. There is a change this year to where now there will be coaching involved. So well, there is a difference in the price as well, but because I think it's including 4 job-embedded coaching sessions with the participants. So,
For the teachers
for the
to be-
teachers that are participating,
Right.
correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that's aside from the administrators. The administrators don't get that.
Along these lines, I do want to comment that as I go around the community and talk to parents, particularly parents of young ones, I've gotten several parents that have told us are really emphasizing the reading and the ability to, towards the end of the year, make sure that they're at a certain level, and they're keeping the parents abreast of these things, so that's a good thing.
good to hear.
Congratulate them and to continue.
Thank you, thank you. And I'd also like to thank the academic coaches, the principals. It was a team effort, when we said we're gonna, change what we're doing and make sure that their kids are getting what they need. Everybody was on board. So
Right,
we're working
right.
together.
Any more discussion, colleagues?
I have a question, Ms. Chavez. Can I ask on the ones that she removed, Oscar?
No, ma'am. Only on the item that's on the agenda we're discussing right now, it's on the
Oh,
motion.
okay.
Ms. Gracia, thank you.
Thank you, Ms.
I know that
Gracia.
we've been working very closely with our staff, professional development, and I want to thank our teachers for being involved in professional development, just as we were going through summer, beginning of school, and continuing. And all of them are committed, and I'm just very impressed with their commitment and dedication.
Thank you. Thank you. Did you have a question on the Summit K-12?
Well, I think we need to take.
We have to
Oh,
work on
sorry.
that, on A6. Thank you, Mrs. Gracia, on that. Any more discussion, colleagues, on that item? I just want to commend Mr. Rodriguez, because it's imperative that we concentrate on that reading. I mean, it's a foundational part of our education. I can go back to first grade, learning the phonics and learning how to read, especially those that are the EBs. But thank you, Ms. Chavez, putting the emphasis on the reading, and Ms. Gracia and the staff. Gracias. Okay, colleagues, Mr. Rodriguez, is that about?
Yes.
We'll wrap it up on that? I need a motion to,
Okay, so moved.
okay.
So moved.
Motion from Mr. Rodriguez, a second, please. Second from Mr. Garcia. Any more discussion, colleagues? Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor, saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay, motion passes. Unanimous. Let's go to A7, discussion, possible action to approve the renewal of site license subscriptions for Summit K-12 for emergent bilingual students for 2023-2024 school year. Ms. Chavez. Or Mr. Rodriguez, right? I apologize, sir.
And that's okay. And once again, as you mentioned, Mr. President, the emergent bilingual students is of concern, not just
Yes.
for Mercedes ISD, but for everybody in the state. I just wanted to hear from staff, Ms. Gracia, how long we've been using Summit K-12, and how do you see its effectiveness?
So we started the implementation in 21-22, so this is the start of our third year. But I do want to say that we started in just 2 elementaries, and then at Harrow Middle School, we started just with our ESL classes, and at the high school, we started with Mrs. Garcia. She's our ESOL teacher. So 21-22 was just a few campuses and a few classrooms. Last year, we did add Taylor, Travis, Chaco and Harrow, and Mecca. We were implementing it with more fidelity. I was sending weekly reports to the principal, the TOPAS administrator per campus on how many logins the kids were having, and then how many quizzes the kids were completing per domain. So we kept up with that. This year, we're extending it to, we're continuing it, but actually at Harrow and Chacon, we're giving it to all the ABs now. Before we were just getting the beginners and intermediate students that needed it, but what we're seeing is that the kids are getting to the advanced level, and then they don't grow. And the requirement for them to be reclassified is that they have to get to the advanced high level in all 4 domains.
Right.
And so the most difficult part of that test is the speaking. And so we really want our kids to use this program because it's the actual practice of how they will be tested for TOPAS.
Because of the way it's assessed on the
Exactly.
exam and so forth.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, the kids are actually recorded, and then the teacher can listen to the recording. It gives the student, and it gives actually really good reports for the teacher to know where their kids are, at what level by domain.
Okay.
So it's a good program.
Well, I'm glad to hear that it's expanded, and obviously, to do that, it means that it's working well for us, and we hope that continues to be used effectively, and we get some good results out of it.
Thank you. And we have seen some growth in TOPAS. We do have kids, like I said, they get to advanced level, and then they kind of just stay there. So we do have to work harder to move them out of that level, because,
Right.
again, the requirement is advanced high.
Right, and, you know, TELPAS is just like STAR in terms of its impact on the
Correct.
district and campus, right?
So, and this summer, we did have a group of teachers that came in and worked on a timeline, so that we could make sure, like, you know, we have it set up for the whole year.
Great,
So,
great, thank you.
thank you.
Any more discussion, colleagues? Thank you, Mr. Gracia. Thank you, Ms. Travis. Mr. Rodriguez?
Yes.
Okay. We have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez. Second, please. Second from Mr. Garcia. Any more discussion, colleagues? Okay, so we have a motion from Mr. Rodriguez, second by Mr. Garcia. All in favor, saying aye. Anyone opposed? Motion passes 8-7. Let's move on to executive session. Executive session, A, personnel pursuant to section 551.074 of the Texas Government Code and attorney consultation pursuant to section 551.071 of the Texas Government Code. A1, resignation, termination, appointments, evaluation, reassigns, duties, and discipline of professional, paraprofessional, and non-contract employees, teacher substitutes, and substitutes for maintenance, transportation, cafeteria department. B, student discipline pursuant section 551.081 of the Texas Government Code. C, discussion, private consultation with attorney regarding pending or contemplated litigations, settlement matters, and/or matters where the professional duty under state board requires prior consultation with the school attorney pursuant to 551.071 of the Texas Government Code. C1, discussion and consideration of lawsuit style Caroline Mendiola versus Mercedes Independent School District. Civil action number 7, code 23-CV-0031. It is 6:30 and this board is in executive session.